Hi everyone, this is Gretchen with G. Eileen Studios. I'm here to show you the fun album I've been working on this week. This album is called the Half Page Mini. It was designed by Kathy King of Paper Phenomenon, and the paper collection I used was also designed by Kathy. It is called Flight 2715. It's her first paper collection. It is a travel collection but can be used for many other albums besides just travel, and it is just beautiful. I love this paper. It is great quality. I love the feel of this paper. It's nice and smooth, and as we go through the album you'll see how beautiful it is. Now, I've been wanting to try this album for quite a while, and I'm glad I finally got around to making one because it was a lot of fun. As you see, the spine is not a traditional hard spine, but this is a wrap piece. In the original tutorial, Kathy called for a piece of craft text. I actually used cardstock covered with Tyvek, which gives it a little more stability and strength than just using the cardstock alone, and it is easier to adhere paper to the Tyvek and cardstock combination than to the craft text. So that's what I used. As you can see, my album is quite full, which I'm kind of famous for. So I'd say in the future, if you're going to stuff it full of stuff like I did, you might want a little wider spine. But if you're a little more reserved or don't have as many pictures or embellishments, then obviously this width is just fine. So if we open it up, the front cover here has a pocket, which I put in some photo mats that I decorated using the fun embellishments that come in the paper pack. And there are a ton of them in this collection, so it's really fun and easy to embellish your whole album or your project. This is a piece of a photo page which I cut down and added onto the pocket, a little add-on piece. I punched these strips of the film strips, and you can see I had one on the cover too. I put these on each of the pages, and I just adhered on the top and the bottom and the side here to create pockets, so you can actually add more photo mats into the pocket, and that's what I meant by stuffing some extra embellishments in there. And the reason why this album is called the Half Page Mini is because the pages that attach to the binding hinge are actually only half the width of the book here. And it's a pocket, so you decorate the pocket. You see this is the other side, and I put a little photo mat here. And then the page is actually a booklet, and the entire booklet pulls out of the page. And then the other fun element of it are these plastic photo pages, and they are magnetized, and on the page, the cardstock folio here, I have metal pieces underneath this decorative paper, and in between my photo mats there are magnets. So there's one on the top and one at the bottom, so that just sticks to the page, so when you slide it in and out, and I'm going to have to take these mats out so they don't get messed up, but you slide this into your page. So it's a really fun design, and you can buy these smaller photo plastic pages, and I think they come in like some of the Project Life or the Snap Photos things, those collections, but mine are actually bigger pages. They were originally 8.5 by 11, and in the days before I made mini albums, I had binders and binders and binders of these, and this is how I put my photos into albums. And so I just took some of my pages and I trimmed them down to fit. And like this one, for example, I trimmed all 4 sides, and then that left this bottom See, you could see where it's sealed here. That left that bottom open, but I used my fuse tool, which I had purchased a few years ago, and I sealed that closed, and I was so excited to finally get to use my fuse tool on a big project. So that's how that works, and you can see that you know, here I decorated with paper and I put a photo mat in, and this is the back side, and I kind of did this consistently on the back of each of them, and I made here a pocket out of this decorative border strip, and so your photo mat can slip in and out of that pocket, so you can still enjoy the paper and get your photo. And then when you open it up, this is another plastic page that is actually scored and put underneath this decorative paper, so you have an extra page in here. And again, this was one of my photo pages, and what I did was cut it down to fit, and then I added an extra, like this became a long skinny pocket, so I sealed it in the middle, and I cut a slit in just the top half here, so then I would have room for two smaller photos. And you can see I decorated all of these pages with decorative paper, but certainly you can replace these with pictures, put pictures on either side, some decorative paper, some cards, whatever you want. And then here, of course, are two more white photo mats for photos, and this is I cut into the paper, which Kathy calls her signature cut, and she likes to do that in a lot of her albums. And again, you can slip your photo in and have the benefit of both the paper and the photo. So we can put the plastic page back on here, magnetized, and slip it back into the page. So this album has 6 pages, so you can see it holds a ton of photos. Here's 2 smaller size photo mats and a page with, these are decorative elements from the paper, and you can use those. You can put, you know, I just put the white paper in to represent photo mats. Another one on the back from some room for smaller photos. And inside, again, we have our plastic page, and this is a cut into the paper for your mat. There you go. So one of the reasons I like this album, besides the fact it holds so many photos, is because there's so many opportunities to do fun decorating of the pages. You've got, you know, you've got these pages where you could put photos, you could put smaller photo mats. You've got the plastic pages, you have the cardstock pages, and there's just so much opportunity here. Here's another pocket to create layouts, to add your photos, to highlight the beautiful paper. Sometimes we just love to look at the paper. I mean, our photos are great too, but we all do this because we love paper and color and design. So I think this album is great that it allows you to have so much fun creating your look. So there's you know, another decorative element that was on one of the papers. There was a bunch of tabs on the embellishment page, so those are fun to play with. A lot of pocket cards, a lot of little banners. This one, see, I actually glued it to the top, the plastic itself. So when you put your photo in there, it'll be on top of your photo. I created my own kind of pocket card here layout with room for a pocket card and a photo. You know, you could use big photos, small photos, whatever works for you. there's just so many beautiful cards and pieces and embellishments in this paper collection. This one I cut into the paper. You have these little plain trails on here, so I actually cut into it twice. So you can put one photo mat here and one towards the bottom. And these really do slip in kind of easy. The only reason I'm having a little bit of trouble is because I did on some of them, they do have a loose photo mat in the back, so that's the only, I'm just trying to be careful not to bend any papers as I put them in and out. Some more photo mats here. This is a camera that was on the embellishment page. I love the little film strips, of course. And this paper, this floral paper, is my favorite. Little layout of all small photos. And lots of fun. All the papers go so well together. And, oh, see, I cut into the paper here, created a pocket for this photo mat. And as you see, as I was saying before, I really did go crazy with the embellishments and the mats here. Putting sticking mats into the pockets wherever I could. Embellishment on a piece of the decorative paper. Again, this little plane I stuck on top of the plastic so the photo will slip in behind that. This is just, I glued this flower down and put the mat on, but I left this loose so when you put your photo in, it could slip behind the behind the flower. And you can see all the fun elements of this collection. And this is, again, I cut into the paper here and put a photo mat and a card here. So I just think this is a great album. You see I decorated the pocket. There's a strip for the inside of the pocket. Oops. Got that the wrong way there. Another one of those tabs. That way. And then the back again has another one of these pockets, which again, these are just some of the decorative elements. And these are some photo mats I made with the elements on the paper collection. This I left open so you can put your photo in there and then you can glue it down. And you can slip these and all your souvenirs into your pockets. And again, I added this little photo mat on the back like I did on the front, just as a little extra element. So I really hope you enjoyed looking at this album with me. I am definitely going to make more of these albums because I just love it. And I hope you make one too. Happy crafting!